Hello, team. We will be running an in-house fecal today. Um, so if you go into your patient's file, you're gonna go to quick invoicing. You can either add this under treatment, but I like quick invoicing better just because you have a one-stop shop of all the things on the invoice. Um, so here we're gonna add in fecal. I'm gonna search in fecal. As you can see, there's a lot of options that pop up, but for today's purposes, it's only the first two. So in-house fecals, you can only run ova and parasite or giardia. You can't run both. If you need to run both, you would have to do two separate tests. So for today's purpose, we're going to do the ova and parasite. And then you're going to go to the most recent one, and then you're going to do lab ordered. Here, you want to make sure that it's under the correct doctor. And then sometimes I don't really add notes unless it is prevalent to the case. Most of the time I just leave it blank. Now you're gonna go and submit order. And then once you submit your order, it's gonna ask you, do you really want to submit your order? Yes, yes you do. It's gonna give you, don't double click it because it takes a while to load up the screen. Once you have the screen loaded, you're gonna go into the top bar in your Chrome extension. Mine is on the side just because I have a different type of internet browser. But it does have this circle icon that's bookmarked at the top, and it will say work list. And it will look like this once you log in. So from here, you can see that Mr. Tester is over here already. You're gonna press scan. A couple things to note once you hit this page is that I want you to look over, especially if not familiar with running fecals very often, even if you are, this bottom part of the screen, it gives you diagrams on how to run it, instructions, and what you need, and step-by-steps. So I want you to look over that as well. And then there's also common tips and videos that you can also look at. Once you're done though, I want you to exit out of this little diagram. And the important part is because if you don't exit it out, once you go and fill the color and consistency, it won't give you all the consistency options. It'll be missing the watery no texture, 6 has no texture. And so 5, 6, and 7 are usually missing if you don't drop down that diagram. So we're gonna fill this in, and she's not really having diarrhea. If the Imagyst in the lab is not open, you will have an option to open the tray. If this does not say available, the Imagyst is either off or the vet fuse is off. The vet fuse is the blue box sitting behind the Imagyst, and it should have a white light to signal that it's on. If you have trouble either submitting your order from Pulse and finding it here, another reason why that might not be is because the vet fuse is not on. So if everything looks all good, you're gonna open the slide, you're gonna prepare the slide, which is in the next part, and then we are gonna scan the slide. Here you see Julie preparing her materials to run the test. For the ova and parasite, you'll need the orange components, popsicle stick, a slide that is from the box that says fecal on it. Also, a cover slip from a box that's made specifically for fecals. Then you're going to get a sample, a good amount of sample into the tubing itself. Using the popsicle stick, you can shove it down, and I do recommend mixing it up prior to shaking it. You do have to shake it, and you do have to mix it quite well in order for this to run correctly. Next, you're gonna load it up into the centrifuge, make sure that it is balanced, and make sure that it is on the fecal. Next, you're gonna grab a float stick in from that drawer, and once it's done spinning, go ahead and grab your sample. You're gonna take that stick, you're gonna dip it right below the surface line, dab once, do it one more time. Use the edge to make a circle on the surface of the slide. Then you're gonna grab your cover slip. There is an label that says Imagyst on the slip. You want to make sure it lines up to the slide and get it at an angle so there's no bubbles. Load your slide into the Imagyst. There's a little switch at the bottom that you can close the slide to. Then head to your computer, press scan slide. So now that you have your slide loaded and it's currently running, it will give you an estimated time on how long it's going to run. Uh, so it says about here 12 minutes. So we're going to wait 12 minutes for it to run. Okay, so after your test is done running, it'll be no longer in pending orders. You'll see it in ready to review. Under ready to review, you can click on the left-hand side over here to press review. Couple of things to note is that on the top left-hand side, right next to Mr. Tester, there's a window looking icon, and you can view the slide as an image. Oftentimes you can zoom in quite far, and it's another way to double check the AI system. This is especially helpful when it comes to blood smears, cytologies running in-house or sending out, and the urine samples. And then, so once you're done looking around and you are finalizing the results, you can go back to Mr. Tester. You can click on his name on the upper left. And on the lower right corner of the screen, you will see this orange button that says finalize. You do have to finalize the results, otherwise the results will never make it back into Pulse. And then once you finalize the results, and if it's positive, I'd go find a doctor, let them know the results. They'll give you a treatment plan. Either one of you will call the owners, or if you're in a room, you go talk over the owner about the treatment plan, and that's how you run an in-house fecal.